Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will go through clause 1 and clause 12 of first schedule of Chartered Accountant Act 1949. Before going to clause 1, we will see what are the first schedule and second schedule and what are the parts covering under them. Okay. So Chartered Accountant Act 1949 has two schedules. One is first schedule and second schedule. Under first schedule, we have four parts: part 1, part 2, part 3 and part 4. Part 1 is related to CA in practice, part 2 is related to other than CA in practice, and part 3 is related to general matlab CA in practice plus other than CA in practice. And if he found guilty under these parts, which is considered as a professional misconduct, other than that he is considered as other misconduct. And now coming to second schedule, part 1, part 2, part 3, three parts are there. First part is CA in practice, second part is related to general matlab both CA in practice and other than CA in practice. And if he found to be guilty under these two parts, then it is considered as a professional misconduct, otherwise it is considered as other misconduct. Now coming to clause 1 of part 1 of first schedule. A CA in practice is deemed to be guilty of professional misconduct if he allows any person to practice in his name as a CA unless such person is also a CA in practice and is in partnership with or employed by him. If the CA in practice allows any other person, for example his brother, his relative or his friend who is not a CA in practice, or he is a MBA graduate or BCom graduate, to be act as a CA or to be practice in his name or to use his name to provide CA services, then he is found to be guilty of professional misconduct, because he is not a CA in practice and also he is not in partnership or he is not in employment with the CA in practice. Conditions, first condition is the person should be CA in practice, and second condition is he should be in partnership with or employment of CA in practice to use the CA's name to work as a CA. Okay, if he found guilty of this misconduct, then it is considered as professional misconduct. So why this clause was introduced by ICAI? To safeguard the public from unqualified accountants, and if the CA in practice in partnership or employee works under the supervision and control of CA in practice. Okay. Now coming to clause 12. A CA in practice is deemed to be guilty of professional misconduct if he allows a person not being member of the institute in practice or a member not being his partner to sign on his behalf, his firm, any balance sheet, profit and loss account, report or any financial statement. Okay, a CA in practice is deemed to be guilty of professional misconduct if he allows any other person who is not a chartered accountant in practice or who is not a member of the institute or who is not a CA in practice in his firm, allows other person to sign any important documents or any documents which should only be signed by the CA in practice, such as balance sheet, profit and loss account, financial statements or any other certifications or any other reports, annual reports of the company. If any other person signs on behalf of the CA, then that is considered as a professional misconduct. Okay. Now coming to who can sign. If he is not allowed to sign, then who will be the responsible person? That person can sign. So okay, so CA in practice can sign plus partner who is in practice. Okay, if the CA, if this person is working under the firm of a CA, then if he is also a CA in practice, then that partner can sign the financial reports or other reports, and CA in practice can sign the other reports. Exceptions are also there. Power to sign routine documents on which professional opinion or authentication is not required may be delegated in the following instances. Okay, if there is any routine documents for which any professional opinion is not required or any authentication is not required, then any person can sign those reports in the CA firm, be it article student or be it other employees, anyone can sign those reports. Okay, let's see what are those reports or what are those instances. First one is issue of audit queries, second one is issue of questionnaire, draft observation or financial statements, stamping of vouchers, routine correspondence with clients, memorandum of cash verification, issuing acknowledgements, raising of bills, routine matters in the tax practices, which is particularly related to section 288 of Income Tax Act, any other office administrative or routine work, raising of bills. All those routine works, admin work can be done by the article assistant. There any sign sign of the CA in practice is not required. Okay, and but important note is authority delegated by CA but authority not used is not a defense for CA, which is considered as professional misconduct. This means if CA has delegated his authority, or if CA has allowed article assistant, for example, to sign the financial statements of a company, and that article assistant has not signed it because he considered it as a professional misconduct, okay, so article assistant did not sign that report. It is not a defensive mechanism for a CA in practice, because he should not say that, he is not allowed to say that, see, article assistant has not signed any report, so I am not guilty of professional misconduct. No, if he allows, then be article assistant sign or not, he is guilty of professional misconduct. Okay, so in next video we will go through other clauses of first schedule. Till then, stay tuned for my videos. If you like my videos, then like it, share it and subscribe it. Tata, bye bye, thank you.